Hello? Hello. Don't look at anything. Don't look at anything. Okay? Don't look at anything. It's me. Don't freak out. Hi, I'm not looking. Thank you so much once again. Thank you for taking your folks on tour. I'm so sorry. I got blue screened. Woo! And now they're making me sign in. So I'm basically in fear. They're making me sign in on my Steam, which we're not redeeming. We're not redeeming. You guys cheat too much whenever it redeems. It looks like your GPU is dying. Is that what it is? I'm serious. Is that what it is? What is the GPU, like the 3090 or something like that? Ba ba bum. Ba ba ba. Ba ba ba. Yeah, something's not. Oh, thank God things are. Oh, thank God things are down. Okay, launch. Cloud out of date. Can we make it in out? Can we make it in date? It says Steam Cloud out of date. What do I? Oh yeah. That's the stuff. I love when things happen like this. I love when I have to suffer. That's a joke. I do not. It's literally, it's sarcasm. I do not. It's sarcasm. You know what? I'm just gonna play it anyway. Fuck that. I play anyway. I really don't care at this point. Please, just... I feel like my computer wants me to graduate sooner, bro. For real. Like, this shit don't make sense. Bento, that's not funny. Okay. Oh shit, hold on. Okay. Please work, please work. Oh, okay. I'm moving. I'm moving. Hi, Alicia. Hello, hello. I am suffering through... Please tell me that it saved us something. Please tell me it saved us something. Oh, the burning pain. Oh, actually, I had this going on. No, soulmate. She's so perfect, blah, blah, blah. Oh, how I wish you wake up one day. Thank you for swallow noises. She loves to hurt others. True. Did anybody here get to see my collab stream with Bread Sama yesterday? Oh yeah! Ah yeah! Head works! I couldn't, unfortunately. Now when I talk to you, oh Cupid walks right through, shoots an arrow through my heart. The manipulation was only a little funny, low-key. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it too? Confess I loved you From the start. Yeah, I think that's all I did, honestly. We're back in business, everybody. Let's just go. If this happens again, we're just gonna do karaoke.
I need healing.
I know you need healing, my girl. And you will. You will get that healing as you need. I will make sure of it. Okay, it wasn't that great, to be honest. But, you know, whatever. Let's just see how much. Let's just see how it'll work. Okay, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Is this guy alive? That guy is. What the heck? Path is interrupted. Yeah, it worked. Better than nothing, honestly. If you think about it. Better than nothing. Okay, okay, okay. Alright, bone chilled. It's fine. It's fine. You just wanted to push me? That's all you wanted, my dude? Oh. Well, nah, it's fine. It's fine. Hi, Karlak lover. Oh my god, real. So real, actually. Real and true. What's up? Hi. Thank you so much for following. Welcome to Label Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. Dude, just again, bro. Yeah! Woo! Alright. Yes. Okay.
Stay focused.
I just know she can't do that. Aw! Hey! What the hell, man? Why would you do this? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for gifting. Holy shit. Bro, like, why would you do this? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's it? That's all you wanted to take heal from there? Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking kidding me? You're fucking serious, right, Shadowheart? You are a useless piece of shit, my dude. Oh, wait. I'm so sorry. Shadowheart, I'm so sorry for yelling at you. I just remembered that you have Bone Shield for another one. Thank you, E. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that's embarrassing. I mean, it's not like super embarrassing, but like, pff, yikes, you know? Okay, okay, okay. I need a... Dargil! Yo, what the fuck is going on, y'all? Is this because it's the last day of September? Is that why? Thank you so much. Thank you for gifting. I appreciate it, Dargil. Plus the free one. Woo, woo, woo. Thank you so much. Okay, okay, okay. I need to know where the other dude is. Where's the other dude? I have a feeling... Okay, where's that dude? That dude's there. Thank you, thank you. That dude is where? There. Oh, okay, cool. Ah, shit. 86? What the fuck is happening? Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. That's insane. I missed that. That's embarrassing. Fuck you, dude. What the fuck happened right here? Hello? Oh my god. Thank you, thank you. Woo! I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Am I dying? Is Shadowheart dead? Oh, she's not dead, but she's not doing great, technically. She's not doing too hot. Bro, nar. Aw, bro, nar. What the hell? Thank you, thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Okay, a little help. What do you want me to do, technically? Throw? I can throw. Path is interrupted, so maybe I can't throw. Sorry, buddy. I don't really, you know, you know what? I feel like I need to make my way over here to do this. Okay, this sounds insane, But thank you so much. Thank you again, you guys. It sounds insane, but I'm going to put my extra... Oh, yo. Put my extra weight in here. Hold the fucking phone. Hold the fucking phone. Actually, no, it's fine. It's okay. Wow, a miss. Swing and a miss. For real, huh, buddy? Yeah, okay.
Make this quick.
I was willing. Oh, it killed me? Oh, I love that for me. I did not mean for it to also kill me. Interesting. Fun. Fun for me. Oh, thank God. Okay. Make your way. Make your way downtown. Ding dong. Cronklaby is now boarding. Welcome to Lee Bel Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. Make your way downtown. Walk it fast, my dude. You need to throw this. Uh-oh. You need to throw this. Shit. Well, we can always heal them again later. We can always revive them at the camp. We've got money. You know. Let's see. Should I just drink it then? Sure. Maybe I'll drink it. maybe I'll drink it just to secure that we have, you know, something here. Critical miss, motherfucker. Fuck you, bitch. Ha ha ha. Hello. Hey, Cap. Captain Inugami. Hi, Inu. Hello. Oh yeah, you wanna no. You gotta get back here, motherfucker. You thought? You thought? Sure. Wait, should I use that or should I use this? I'll do this one.
Come on, Karlak. Show him who you are.
Show him who you are! That's right, Karlak! Oh, shit! How goes Baldur? How goes Baldur's Gate? I don't know. You tell me, buddy. Oh, jeez. Okay. We just need one to survive, technically. Technically, we only need one to survive. I can't believe it, my dude. I can't believe you just fell. Oh, okay. That works. I'ma still do it, though. I'ma still... That's fine. I'll take what I can. Just stay out of here. Oh, shit, I can't. Fuck. Okay. Well, Karlak's up now, so... Oh my god, please. Please. Just kill her, just kill her. Just, yeah! Woo! Woo! Wait, what? Why is Mother Superior still here? Why is she not dead yet? What? Huh? Bro, I'm confused. I thought I did. No way. So she's alive? Oh, she's like dazed, bro. What? Bro, can't I like... Let me hit her again. Can I hear it again? Okay! I was concerned! What the fuck? What? I've never had that shit happen before. I love Karlak. Genuinely, Karlak is fucking fire. Not even joking. Karlak is fucking fire. Holy shit. Karlak, I love you. You are my... That's it. You are mine. Alright, sure. We'll take it. Eldritch Invocations. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Describe magic rituals in a dreadful word. You can cast confusion with blah blah. Cast polymorph with the warlock spell slot. You can cast low. So you can bestow curse. Devil's sight. I feel like now I need to do that, actually, to be honest. Okay. Let's do heavy armor, to be honest. Or a great weapon. Armor? Weapon. Armor? Let's armor. Yeah, let's do that. Armor? Weapon. Armor? Weapon. But I don't really use a lot of... Yeah, you though, I use a lot of great... I would. Woo! Alright, you guys know what that means. Let's go pick up Shadow. Oh, what the fuck? What do you mean can't reach destination? My dude, it's not that hard. Just, she's right there. Pick her up. What the fuck, dumbass? Duh. Hey, real quick, can you long rest though? Just in case. Let's actually pick everybody up. Let's actually loot everybody and then we'll long rest. You're still not used to seeing all my characters in undies. Well, change that, my dude. I want heavy armor. Too lewd for my pure innocent. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Okay. That's a good one. Good one, buddy. I should totally believe you. Oh shit, they're encumbered. Shadowheart! You have nothing on your body. Let's take everything. Everything! 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 I want to loot. I want to loot, loot, loot. Bodies everywhere. Oh my goodness, there's a chest. Ah, shit. Let's see if maybe I just have luck here. Cause my lock picker is actually dead. Ah, not bad. Let's go. I didn't know you were like that. I should have given you more props, my girl. I don't really wanna, but you know, I might as well have given it to you. Whoa, a whole cheese wheel? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Ah yeah, that's the stuff. Oh, I'm stealing. Oh, I'm stealing. Oh, I'm stealing. Oh man. Stealing feels so good. Holy shit. Murder and stealing. So good. Is this a book? Oh no, I just read it. I will steal even the smallest things. What? What? That's insane! I've never seen that before in me life. Amazing. Thank you. What the fuck? Constellation of Lunar Dark Lies. What do you mean? Baldur founds a city? No. Oh, nar. So long as it's under $900. Oh, God.
So long as it's under $900.
There you go. There we go. Let's see if the bear will come out now. bear's out. Yay. Okay, anyways, let's continue to loot. I love to loot, loot, loot everybody's corpse. I love to loot, loot. Hey, there's a door. It's an armory. Oh my god. I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna loot so much more. Holy shit. Loot, loot, loot everybody's corpse. My god, there's so many corpses. Or corpi? There are so many corpses. Dude, I will do it until everybody's encumbered. I don't care. Oh, Viconia's got that good shit too, I bet. Oh my god, they're all just on top of each other. Ha 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 ha. Losers. Mm-hmm. You guys lost to like 4 under-leveled people. Can you believe that shit? Whoa. Why is that one?
Hey chat, if Lily was gonna do karaoke, I was gonna sing Fane.
I don't know what that is. Should I be worried about what you're saying? Professor Dev, thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Encumbered. Receipt lost condition encumbered, and now I'm heavily encumbered. All right, Karlak, you know what to do. Aw, you know what to do. Open the doors and steal more loot. Something. Some Gen Z thing, I think. I'm too old now. Well, apparently not too old considering you... Holy shit. Considering you know it. Can't be added to inventory. That's fine. I'll add everything that I can into inventory. Whoa. Char headwear. What?
Behind the crates.
The what? Behind the... Whoa. Whoa. Let's open it. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my god, there's so many things. Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to come back. I'm gonna... yeah, let's just... Let's leave real quick. Well, I'm not completely sure it's gonna be easy to leave. Fuck. Oh man. Cause like what? It took all the way. That's not the one I want. Where am I? Enter the Chamber of Loss. Where was I? Pretty far out, no? Man, there's so much. There's so much shit. Okay. Let's leave. Let's go to... I can come back around. I'll figure it out. Let's go sell some shit.
Gazette has a transcript of a conversation with Archduke Gortash.
Apoplectic, furious. Frankly,
What do you mean, Professor Deb? What do you mean? Hell yeah! Fuck you, steel people! I killed you too. I'll kill anybody. I'll do it. I'm not afraid. I have things better than you to do. Okay, let's do this. You trust me. You're gonna need money. You're gonna need money. I got shit for you to buy, my dude. Woo! Look at that, look at that, look at that. Okay, firstly, 1, 2, 3. This. Okay, secondly, why is this here? I shall move these to the proper locations. That's pretty. No? Does this do anything for anyone? No? Perfect. I'm good. Angelic plume helmet. I'm good. Wait, hold on. Bicock it is actually kind of funny. Hat of eminent... I'm keeping that. This one not so much. No, I'm keeping these three. For sure. Rich Arcanist, nah. These are just regular helmets. These are no matter. Dude, I don't think I can even hold... Yeah, I don't think anybody can hold it. That's so stupid and funny. She's dead. It's so funny. Perished. This is a regular person's severed arm and feet, right? It's not like the one we're looking for, I don't think. Perfect. Anyways, let's move on. Mace. Dime a dozen, buddy. Quarterstaff. Dime a dozen, buddy. That I decided to keep, but I can't remember exactly why, but that's fine. You just left your corpse there to rot? Yeah, it'll be fine. I'll pick her up later. Whoa! Alright, what's this? Not good enough. Not good enough is what it is. Ooh, when a foe hits you with a melee, you can use your reaction dealing it. Yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah, okay. Dude, my short sword still kind of sucks. Soulfire 86 is now boarding. Welcome to Label Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. What the hell is this? Oh, silver ingot? Do I need a silver ingot for anything? We can get it later if we want it. Okay. Ooh, pretty headwear. Not pretty enough for me to keep, losers. Okay. Actually, that's not as much money as I wanted, but I shall live with it. I don't think there's more, is there? Are there any more hiding, huh? Are any of you fuckers hiding? This should go up here. You fuckers better not be hiding. You, who's that? They're hiding. You're hiding. Good try, you widow. You dumbass widow. You see that? I almost lost you. But that was pretty good. But I found you. I'm good. I'm fine.
You never know.
The fuck you mean I scare you? What is wrong with this girl? What the wow. He spends like just a little bit away from me and now he talks to me like that. Man. People will forget you sooner than you forget them. The hell is this? Auto's irresistible dance? Okay. Let's clean. I'm gonna clean this up real quick. Coat weapon. Ooh. Drink this elixir. Wait. Drinking elixirs is for here. This is an elixir. This is supposed to be here. What the hell is this? Oh, this is things to throw. Elixir C invisibility. Do I have any things that are alike here? They all look the fucking same. That's okay. Alrighty then. Cool. Oh, can I not? Can I not? Oh, can I not? I shall pay money. Old man Withers, I have money for you. What the fuck is that?
Thou walkest alone. On all these harsh... Love is no domain of mine, but it is often cited as the purpose of mortal life. And thus...
Bro, the fuck are you talking to me about that for?
Fate, dost thou require a new...
I need to resurrect, bro.
Must return. This is the price of balance. Well...
Never mind. They can stay dead for now. What the fuck does this say? Gortash's metal mannequins will not dance to your tune. They only dance to his. To set yourself against their steel is to invite domination. So why slice the strings of one when you might need... The fuck? We already fucking did that. Don't worry. The fuck? Yes, my girl! My girl! He really called you maidenless? It's crazy too because I tried so hard. I really wanted to
No time to rest. I'll give it
I really wanted to get Karlach instead of Shadowheart. That's why I have not spoken to Shadowheart after having sex with her. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Oh my god. In game. Listen, I'm healing her history, okay? It's fine. Things are fine. Oh my god. Whew. Yeah, we all got drunk. Woo! As the Lord intended. Leave the camp. Oh my god. Woo! Okay. I now need to delete all of these other saves. Wait, oh, they didn't delete it from last time. They didn't save my deletions from last time. Whoa, whoa! Hey, yo! Listen! Man, the tentacle sex was so good. It was best sex scene, honestly. If I didn't sweat all of the alcohol out already, why is it hot? Can we see? No. Bro, I thought you wanted me to stay. I thought you sound like you're trying to get me fucking banned early. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we're close. What do you mean, Sag? Do you mean you don't think that that is the case? Excuse me. Dramatic reenactment? I don't think there's a lot of moaning noises, to be honest. I think there's just a lot of noises, you know? My friends made me have sex with a tentacle fella. Damn. Good for you. And with an incubus, if I remember correctly. Damn. So the two people I had sex with? Nice. Sick. Okay. Time to go figure shit out. I'll come to think of it, you never got banned, did you? Bro? That sounds like a threat. Hey, hey, listen. Listen! Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're just having fun out here. You don't need to... Jeez. This man's threatening me. Wait a minute, let him cook. Bro, you guys send so much mixed signals. Do you want me to be here or do you not want me to be here? God, you sent me more mixed signals in the last 4 X's. And just to let everybody know, that is a joke. Did not have 4 ex-husbands. In case you guys, you know, want to take that into a certain place and talk about it. Oh, right. You can't go all the way here. Yeah, I know. The 4 ex-husbands. Rip in peace. It's hard to believe, but they are a bit stupid. Let's go. You can't prove that. Where's all the dead bodies? Are we gonna see the come here? I want to see all the dead bodies. Hey, how do you crouch again? Real quick, out of curiosity. Nothing weird. How do you crouch again? Is it C? C to crouch?
Everyone else minds their business. I'll be fine. That's a friendly looking shagger.
Aw. Anyways.
Should mind my step.
Chamber of Secrets looking at. No, true. Actually. Oh my god. You're joking. You're joking. Holy shit. Oh my god. You have so much to steal. What the fuck? Shadowheart, where the fuck are you? Are you... Hello? How the fuck did you get lost, bitch? Ma'am? Where the fuck are you?
This way.
Steal it all? Oh, hell yeah. I want money. I want money. Money. Okay, but my question is, why did it take so long for you to, like, what the fuck? Are you good? Are you Gucci, my girl? Hey, guess what? We killed him. By the way, Murray. We killed her.
I know what happened down there.
Exactly.
Peace, please.
Yeah, yeah. Try me again, bitch. Huh. Huh. I wonder if I could just open that. Because, like, I can just slaughter them, right? I literally, like, had just killed all their people, like, their main people. I'm just saying.
My biggest regret was never putting Lilybell on my life insurance.
I know, honestly, Bento. I thought you were better than this. Okay, can you join them now? Oh, thank God. We'll figure this shit out. We'll figure that shit out, my dude. Will, what the fuck are you doing? Get back here. Get back here, all of you. My boss told me Oshi wasn't a qualifying beneficiary. It's kind of crazy that you didn't just lie for me, but... you know. Some people just aren't educated, I guess. Why does that say green? Why is that in green? I'm eating dragon fruit. What the fuck? Why am I being yelled at? I'm not talking to you, Will. Jesus. It's not all about you, okay? It's all about me. Duh. For all intents and purposes, that is a joke. Okay, I can't add that to inventory. I was just in case. You don't know. I thought it was all about Scratch. Wrong. It's all about Balloon Boy. Oh my god, you dumb bitch. Hey, Boots. Guess who can hold a greatsword now? Somebody, but I can't remember who. Let's do it. Let's steal. It's steel. It's time for steel. So much steel. So much steel. A wooden bucket? I don't care.
Something the matter? I should hope not, after the time we spent together. My spirits are... I'm all ears.
Yeah, I was not paying attention. Sorry. I did not mean to like talk to you. I don't want to talk to you at all.
This better be good.
No, I think you're right too, 86. I'm pretty sure. Because I wanted her to have a strong weapon. She's my melee queen. Oh my god, the amount of bottles. Almost as much as the ones I have in my house. Will you just cease? Oh no. Oh nar.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Well...
Checking things out.
Oh hey, it worked out.
Defender of the people.
Did you get it? Did you get it? You got it. Good job, buddy. Didn't think you were gonna be able to make it. Good job, buddy. What about that one? Can't do that one? That's fine.
Alright. What now?
Okay. Alright, let's save here. I do not want to have to go pick all that shit up again. Woo! Oh god. Okay.
Path lies before me.
Okay. This is a pretty little place. You go for a swim? A little hideaway? Why does this place seem so familiar? Oh, nar. Uh-oh. Well, that doesn't seem right.
Where am I needed?
It seems like the place we went like a million years ago.
Easy enough.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
You did? That's crazy. Why would anybody do that? Oh. Oh, you can't really do anything else here, can you?
With haste.
Unless perception check? Can you jump somewhere? I mean, if the water's coming in from one place, it's gotta be coming... There's gotta be an out, right? Can you jump? Maybe we jump? Jump it? No, 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 no. Hmm. Weird. Are you asking me? I'm? Yeah? My day was good. Thank you. That's so weird. What is this place? Wait, I have to go find her family, don't I? I was really productive. I got to clean a bunch. Even though my computer basically is shitting itself continuously. So it's bothering me a bit, but you know, oh, holy, oh, there's gonna be a whole thing, isn't there? Whoa, there's another door over here. But we deal with what we deal with. A task for another day. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's my. I should probably take. I should probably clean it. Oh well, this is awkward. I haven't cleaned it in a. Hi, buddy.
Quick word.
Hi.
Shadowheart? I wasn't sure if I'd ever lay up.
Remind me?
We trained together.
Oh nar.
We used to be
Oh
close.
nar.
I'm glad to see.
I don't remember you.
Oh,
You should know something about me.
Pity.
I super hate pre-shredded cheese.
perhaps we can
It
talk
loses
some more
flavor,
later?
is usually a knockoff
is,
cheese,
if you're not
and
about
is
to turn
coated
on
in
me.
bland powder.
It seems
You
you
get
no
so
longer
much
walk
more
in the
flavor
dark
grating
lady's
fresh
shadow.
wedges. Ban pre-shredded cheese. Make America great again.
Hi, Spy. I'm glad. I am glad. Hi, Salties. Salts is from YouTube. Hi, I'm glad you guys are still here.
Shah condemned me.
Only if you wish us to be. You may not remember, but
That's good. There must be all sorts you can tell me. Things I can't even remember.
there are. But with the Mother Superior gone, I don't know if I can stay here to reminisce. Perhaps there's another enclave out there for me.
Us. Come to our
Don't need Shah.
come to our camp. Come to our
You
camp.
Perhaps. Not everyone is as brave.
That's actually fair.
Come tomorrow. Come see me before then. I was working as quartermaster. I can sell you some things to aid you,
Nice.
and we can catch up.
Okay. I don't dislike that. Let me guess. Oh, I can loot this shit. Oh, I can look at Nocturne's journal. Huh, interesting. Cool.
The pride of the gate.
My family's probably back there, but more importantly, you know, loot. Hi everybody, my name's Lily Bly, Let's Travel, but I suck at geography. I'm playing Baldur's Gate. Hell yeah, a carafe of wine. It's interrogation. Whoa, that's crazy.
Information on the astral prison.
Githyanki text.
The Sharans must have risked life and limb for it.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? How did they get fucking Githyanki shit here? Welcome to the party. Are you telling me there's nothing in here?
Jewels.
Yeah! Sick!
Things.
Another piece of the shit headwear.
Curious.
That's interesting. Oh my god.
She was proud of
Oh my god, oh my god. Look at all of that food. Look at all those camp supplies. I love it.
me.
Oh.
40
Oh.
years of my life. Documented like I was some sort of specimen.
Oh, that's awkward. That's weird. I didn't know that. Sorry, buddy. What kind of Ben and Jerry? No, don't lay in the bed. What kind of Ben and Jerry's? No. What the fuck? I'm gonna sell her back these fucking spoons I just stole. Nice. Let's go. Let's go. Cookie dough?
Greetings.
What's your favorite
Do
flavor?
you seek to trade? As Shadowheart's friend, I'll extend the privilege to you as well.
Okay, sure. Yes. Yes. What the fuck is... Oh, interesting. Charm. I actually don't even... I have not used any of these. Fuck. I would hope that... That's okay then. It's okay. Rotten. Robbie, rotten. A great sword. This is not even the best great sword. Halberd. A very light hammer. Longsword? No. What about this? Nope. Absolutely not. Wow, you guys kind of had sucky shit, bro. Wait, I don't know if I have a gold necklace yet. Because if I do, then I'm pretty sure I have an onyx already. Or an onyx. I'm pretty sure I have onyx already. Yeah. Should I... What should I... Can I examine this? Can I actually see it? Whoa, it's resistant to shit? That's weird. Should I just sell it? Aww. The great Lily Bell. Oh, now you want to be nice to me, huh? I'm just kidding. Should I sell it? I feel like. Okay, cool. Be sure to get everything you need. Come tomorrow, I'm gone. Okay. Don't, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, there it is. Oh, my bad. Why the fuck are you standing here? Shadowheart, you're supposed to be over on this side, dummy. What the hell? Viconia's personal chest key. You don't want to make me angry now, Shadowheart, do you? Do you, sweetie? Move your fucking ass. Get it together. Bitch. Anyways. Here.
I'll see what I can learn.
I'll see what I can learn.
Scarcely believe it. You've returned, and the Mother Superior is gone. So much can change so quickly.
Okay. Enemy of Shar. As much as I should have. How about this? Yeah.
Well, you had a pet mouse for a
Oh my god, how
while.
cute.
It was against the rules, of course. You used to hide him under your robes and feed him from your rations.
Yeah. Did you have a name?
Nibbles. I suggested.
I mean,
you wanted
popcorn.
none of it. She caught you with him. Forced you to get rid of him in front of everyone.
Ah, thanks,
Make an
Kaido.
example.
Hey.
You always loved
Damn.
animals,
Damn.
but you never let yourself get too close.
That's really sad. Viconia's a bitch.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad I killed her.
Not the sort of thing you want to hear, I'm sure. Well, you know that little scar on your elbow?
I'm very confused. What's so confusing, huh? What's so confusing, Exo?
I was there when you picked that up. It was years ago when
What's
we
the
were
confusing
missions.
part here?
Some of the others were intent on tormenting us until you showed
Oh
them
my
the
god,
error
you're
of their
good,
ways.
Kahari. You don't have to raid me.
6 against 2, and most of them were bigger than us to boot, but you saw them off, all of them. There were some bruised lips and black eyes in the mess hall that night. And from then on, they left us alone. Or at least, they bothered us less.
Hi, Salt. Is Lily's character hollowed somewhat? Bro, all of them are just like took the worm of all time, bro.
A collision between your elbow and the teeth of a girl called Budug.
The game has been fun. Thank you. I'm sorry, Sugar Shoe.
I suppose she won't be coming back. In any case,
Hold on. Let me reopen this for you. It's because earlier it was a thing. Earlier I had to like restart my computer. So I didn't want everybody to get extra dailies. But hi. There. I'll add it to yours. Sugar Shoe. Salt is from YouTube is now boarding. Welcome to Lilybell Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. Sugar Shoe. Why do I feel like that's like a song or something? Okay. Anything else? Yeah, I want to hear about anything.
small things, silly things. The sort you'd scarcely recall even if your memories were left intact. You had a little hiding place that you went to when you needed to get away.
Ooh, where? Oh my god, is that the little hiding place?
We'd talk,
The little place that I found over there?
do each other's hair. You'd be the first. As quartermaster, I was able to keep it hidden back there, exactly as you left it.
I don't know if I actually care.
The plait and fringe? Yes, on your instructions, of course.
Damn, this girl is
You were very
basically like my
careful of the
soulmate.
bold look, I think you said. My hands were cramped by the time I finished, but you were very pleased. I
Low
liked
key, the
feel
fringe
look as well,
sucks.
though. You always did like a dramatic touch.
Alrighty, it's time.
Remains to be seen. This place is all I've ever known.
Okay, it's
Up
almost
one.
3 in the
Up
morning
one.
for me. I need to get some
But for
sleep.
now,
Good night, Lily, and everyone in
habits
chat.
die
Enjoy
hard.
my funny number.
What the fuck? Oh my god! Professor Dev, what is happening? Good night, rest well, thank you. Hello? What is that? What is that? What her total bits? How can I check? Oh wait, I know how to check. I think. Wait, what the fuck? Thank you so much, Professor Dev. This is great. I'm so huh? Huh? Wait. Just wait. What is it? How can I do it? Hold on. Wait. Okay, wait. What the? This is the wrong fucking. Oh my god. Huh? Where is it? How do I know? I think I have the wrong thingy. What is it? Where is it? How do I look? How'd you guys do it? It's above the chat for y'all. I should reopen the thing then. Aren't you able to click his name? Yeah, but I'm not smart. Top of the chat. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so good. Professor Dev, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh, that's actually brilliant. That's actually fucking funny. That's so good. Holy shit. Thank you. Oh my god. That's amazing. That's so amazing. What the fuck? Anyways, thank you. Holy shit. Okay. Nice. What a hero. Actually a hero, bro. Alrighty. I think it's time. Let me just say real quick in case. Yeah, that's actually a brilliant number. Professor Death, thank you so much. That's insane. I'm happy you got that number though. That's so cool. Oh my god. Wait, bullshit, Lily. I've called you out for the dumb thing before. What about the dumb thing? What dumb thing? Threshold of loss. Dude, my family's back behind here for sure.
No keyhole. Must be some other way to get this open.
Don't give me trouble now.
Yeah! There's no keyhole and I can still lockpick it? That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. Good night, rest well. Thank you so much. Nighty night. Okay. Opens the door. Oh, thank you. I'm so sorry about Anxiety Land, but I'm glad you got to relax afterward. Bye, honey. This looks suspicious. Whoa. Wait, hold on.
Can't slow down.
Is like my family in here, you think? What is this? Oh my god. It's people. It's people. What the fuck? Bro, hello?
can't.
Exactly as I thought.
Another vile trick.
No, there is no trick. It's her, Jennifer.
Who the fuck is Jennifer?
Our little girl.
Oh, I'm glad, Fairy. Thank you so much, honey.
It is.
Thank you.
I'm here to get you out of here. They're all gone. It's over.
Uh-oh. That looks suspicious as hell, bro. What the fuck?
Over. You see, it matters not if you raise this place. If you slay every one of your brothers and sisters. That was
Thank you, lady. I appreciate it. Hello, hello. Thank you.
To step away from me. Every time you try to reach for Seluna, my hold on you bites deeper.
Alright, we're going through an intense moment in Baldur's Gate right now.
There would be no pain. But you struggle on. You will make things worse for yourself. And for them.
Oh my god. I'm having popcorn. I think this is about supporting Shadowheart right now, to be honest. But I'm saving just in case. I don't know how I ended up fucking romancing Shadowheart. I never tried.
Your victory is but a guttering candle in the dark. Temporary. Inconsequential.
Enough! I'm taking my parents away from here. I'm taking them away from you.
I know, right?
Cannot. We are still bound to you. You cannot both free
What?
us and free yourself from her curse.
Wait, what does that even mean?
The maiden needs you more than she needs us. You are the future. You must return to the fold.
Oh my god, what?
We are the past. And our duty is almost done.
Eloquently put. His mind stood up well to his time here. The same cannot be said for your mother.
Oh my god.
Brief, fragile lives humans lead.
Fucked up! What the fuck? She's right here!
It's only appropriate that I follow suit.
What the fuck is happening? Benzo, thank you so much! I really appreciate it! Are you also doing that?
Shah's parting words make your flesh crawl. And here, only a family's torment, a spiteful goddess's whims.
Hold on, hold on.
Unspeakable choice to be made.
She's gone. I don't understand.
What do you mean with the one-up run?
Admits defeat. Not until she has stolen one last thing from you. We cannot allow your future.
Oh my god.
To be our last prize.
Oh my god.
After all your mother and I have endured, to see you again. Your
Why are her nipples so pointy? It's cold in there.
Help her, please. Help her see what
Oh
must
no.
be done.
Oh no. This is not good. Oh no. Oh no. No. This is so difficult. What the fuck? But also, Benzo, thank you so much. You fucking loser. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Damn. You couldn't let anybody get it, huh? You couldn't let anybody get it, huh? Oh my goodness, my thing is disconnected. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Does it work? Yeah. Last stream will not have redeems at all, so you don't have to save it for last stream. Oh my god.
No, I can't. I came here for them.
It's your choice. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is evil.
Years, that dream kept us going. That you would
Bento, once again, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
We knew you were still
wouldn't frighten you. You were always such a brave girl.
She was.
God damn it!
Still is. You've saved us. Now save yourself. You'll be out of Shah's reach, and we'll be at peace.
I only just found you again after all this time. I can't.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
We'll still be with you. By the Moon Maiden's grace, we'll never be far. Please, Jennifer.
I bet they don't even like. She doesn't even like recognize the name Jennifer. I bet.
Is this truly what you want?
It is what we need.
Oh my god. Thank you so much, Bento. But also, you guys suck. Oh my god. I'm in the middle of trying to figure out this Shadow Hearts family get. Oh my god.
Help us, Jen. I can let go. Now I've seen your face again.
Man.
Goodbye.
Man.
Goodbye. Not even close.
Oh my god. What are those? What are... Huh? What are those?
Moonmotes. They bring Seluna's light to dark places.
Excuse me.
Offer guidance to those in need.
Oh my god. Meow. Yeah?
My parents are watching over me.
Oh.
Let's leave this place. There's nothing more for me here.
Oh, baby. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, honey.
More. Most, I should think. I doubt Shah will be given over to generosity.
Nancy DeFore is now boarding. Welcome to Label Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. Meow. Yeah.
I have everything I need to make new memories. As for this place, all I did here, let it stay forgotten.
Damn. This shit is fucking insane. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna bring my popcorn out. I'm gonna use the bathroom and I'll be right back, okay? Yeah. Let's do it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Interesting. Your first one? Ooh, you think? Okay, yeah, real. Understandable. Let's see. Let's see, let's see. What shall we do? A general card for you. Yeah. Once again, thank you so much to Bento and Professor Dev and everybody who freaking sent sub gifts earlier. You guys are fucking insane. Unbelievable, really. Jesus. Okay. 86, you've got the sun! Oh my god, that's great. That's great. I'm so happy for you. Yeah. The sun, upright also, so it's all about keywords being positivity, freedom, fun, success, optimism, joy, confidence, self-expression. When the sun appears, when the sun appears in an upright position, things should be going pretty well. And it represents success and enthusiasm. You'll find people that are drawn to the happy vibes and positive energy that you give, and you bring light and joy to everyone and everything you come into contact with. So you'll be feeling much, if you're not feeling wonderful now, you'll be feeling wonderful very, very soon. That's a really good one. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, if anybody wants good luck, apparently 86 might be. Nice, 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 nice. Here we go. All right, seems like maybe she still wants to talk. Which, this is really sad, to be honest. Yeah. I did not expect it to be so sad.
And let them go. It's more than I can take in just now.
No, 86, that's not how it works. That's not how that works. Okay, well, we're here. We did it. We outie 5,000. Let's go. The veins make this look like bros crying. Yeah, the veins are insane, bro. When I first turned, I was like, damn. It kind of sucks, Loki. Okay, so we did it. Is being ordained as Archduke. Let's see. We can go confront Lord Gortash. Let's go confront Lord Gort. Well, no. See, we can. I don't know. Maybe. Let's just go see. Because I went to Orin the other day or yesterday night or something, and low-key it was pretty pretty terrifying, you know? Whoa, what's going on here, bro?
Something's on my mind. I'm sure you'll be able to afford things.
Whoa.
Watch yourself.
Whoa.
Third spat of the day with dogs who don't think the rules apply.
Well, what the hell is happening? Whoa.
One of the fists almost broke someone's jaw earlier.
The wait for what? Whoa, who's talking to me, bro? Bro, am I speaking parcel tongue right now? Who's telling me to freaking subjugate and dominate? Who the hell is this? Yo, what the fuck is going on?
If you're looking to get into the upper city, you'll need to join the queue.
What? We just turned level 12. Is that max level? Whoa. Whoa. Oh, it's the brain, I think. I think it's the brain.
About what?
Oh. Oh. I see. I see. Okay, I'm not supposed to be here for real. My tentacle lover says no, so I will not. Yeah. Okay. This is not where I wanted to be, though. I came from Basilisk Gate. And my tentacle lover was like, turn back. And who am I to, you know, deny my tentacle lover? Yeah. Return to Worm's Crossing. I don't necessarily want to return. Unless that's... Is this a way through? Wasn't there a place where... What the hell is this? Hi, Wind is now boarding. Welcome to Label Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. Can't use this. Why can't I use it? Yeah. Oh. Prison entrance. Am I not supposed to open that? Why not? What's in there, huh, buddy? Okay. Well, okay. That says get back to Worm's Crossing. Well, my question, where did I meet the guy? Where'd I meet Gorfl? Nope, not Gorflack. What's his name? Where'd I meet him? It wasn't Worm's Crossing, was it? Oh, it was in Worm's Crossing? Oh, okay. Real, okay. Yeah. What? I want Karlach to be able to finish her story too. Wait, so is level 12 max? The max level? Oh, it is. Okay. Well, since it is, then I'm supposed to be able to kill everything, huh? Technically. Oh, good. Great. You own anything, my dude? Do people see me? Oh, people see me. People see me. Don't. Don't. Hey, yo! What happened? Why are they mad at me? Why are they mad at me? What happened? Okay. I mean, that's fine, but why are they mad at me? I don't get it. I didn't even do anything. Is it because I killed everyone? Is it because I killed their little stone people? Oh, a miss, huh? Mayhaps? Sure, I guess. I don't know, I didn't think it was that serious. I've never been this far? Oh. Nice.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
You wonder if this is worth the cost. Honestly, probably not. Realistically, nah. Realistically, probably not. Nice. Critical hit. Fuck, not enough movement. That's fine. Wait, actually, hold on. Not enough movement speed. Yeah, buddy, you wanna do something? Do something here? Kind of just wiggling your booty. Which is fine, but, you know, I kind of have places to be. Yeah. Okay, that took forever, my dude. You're coming with me. Ho. I love that the critical hit is literally like 10 for Karlach. Karlach is just too strong. I love Karlach so much. How much do I? Nah. Is we a waste? Is it likely? No. There we go. Sure. There we go. Not bad. Yeah, come closer. Damn it. Why wouldn't you come closer? I can't believe level 12 is a max level. I should be able to hit it. I should be able to pass everything now, huh? Technically. Oh, yo, what's up? I forgot. Sorry. Wow. That's weird. Oh, okay. If you want to act like that, bitch. Nice. Yeah, if I don't automatically win, it's a skill issue. Real. This is not the first time I have a skill issue. Not the first time. Damn. Oh, you accidentally turned them off. Oof. It's okay. Now you figured it out. Whoa. I think we're generally closer to the end, right? We just gotta rub. Is it gonna be hard? It's gonna be hard. Dude, that thing does nothing. They do nothing. Okay, real. I'm super close to the end. I just have to get rid of I feel like I just have to get rid of Orin and insert Gortash. Is that his name? Gortash?
What's it gonna take?
Real. Dude, she's so strong. I love her so much. I will do everything for her. Okay. That's embarrassing, buddy. That's really embarrassing. Oh my! What the fuck? That's insane. That's insane. Okay. Wait, what happened? Okay. Don't tell me you like bugged out. Oh my god, is it bugging out? Is it bugging out? Is it bugging out? Okay. Whoo, jeez. Oh my god, I was scared. Thank God, dude. That would have been really embarrassing. How am I still getting XP if level 12 is the max? Wait, okay, does this steel watcher have anything? Yeah. It's always, I forgot that they have like iron and shit. Actually, well, I think you should, That's a lot of keys.
I love surprises.
Bum bum. 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 Bum bum bum. Oh. Yeah, okay. Sounds like just free fucking XP for me. I tell you, I had to call mom and tell her I was pregnant. What? What are you saying? What are you, huh? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Kiko TTV is now boarding. Welcome to Label Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. Actually, let's rage first. This sounds like just free XP for me. I don't know why I'm still getting XP though. If level 12 is supposed to be the max level, why am I still getting XP? Out of curiosity. Dude, a fucking two-shot chomp. You're just that good, my girl. No idea. Can I make it? Oh, I can. And kind of a waste that I did just then. It's fine. Cool.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Nothing will stand in my way either. Yeah, congratulations on being pregnant. That's amazing. Everybody's getting pregnant nowadays. That's crazy. Yeah, okay. Who's a harder? Oh, good God, Kari. Go rest. Go rest. What the fuck are you saying? What did you do? Max level BG3. Yeah. It is. Yeah, it is. So why do I still get XP? The fuck do I do with XP? Oh, good God. Good night, rest well. Good night, Dapper. Rest well, hon. Good nighty. Okay, let's do this. What are you? Hi, Drowsy. Do I call you Drowsy or do I call you Vex? Which one do you like better? See, I'm still getting XP for what? Vex is good? Okay, Vex. Sounds good. I'm just confused generally, you know? Cool. You know, just one left. Which is fine, because they're not inherently that strong or anything. Okay, well, that's just a little embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. No, seriously though, because why, if 12 is the max, what's the point of, you know? What's the point of all the different, oh my God, we're gonna loot. Oh, we're so looting, we're so looting. Oh, we're so looting. Let's just, yeah, there we go. Okay, let's just loot.
This better be good.
Or what, dude? Oh my God, I never noticed that they have bloody footsteps. What the fuck? That's insane. We're stealing everything. Steal everything. Lily! Oh my God. Hi, Lily. It's one Lily to another. Thank you so much for taking your folks on tour. Hello, tourists. My name is Lily Bell. I love to travel, but I suck at geography. Hi. How was your stream? What did you play? Legends Echoes of Wisdom. Wow. I don't think I ever hear about that one. Why is everyone in their underwear? Because it's hot outside. Is your party getting XP? Are they max level? I never played the game, so yeah, I'm confused too, because apparently level 12 is max level, which I am. Says level 12 rogue right there. But I'm still getting XP from killing people, so I'm confused. Oh, I don't need this. Alrighty, give me just a second, lady. But thank you for taking your folks on tour. Did I already steal this person's stuff? I think it just defaults to giving XP even if you're full and your XP can't go. Man. I want more XP. I want more XP. Let me clear this room first and then... What do you mean you can't reach this? Go over here and then reach it here. Okay, never mind. Oh my god, Bobo also? Holy shit! Mitsuki? Jesus Christ, hi! Thank you so much for taking your folks on tour! Hello, hello! Hello, tourists! My name is Lily Bell. I love to travel, but I suck at geography. Oh, everybody's out here today, aren't they? Hi, hi, hi! I'm looting.
And, well, in it. Wonder what's past
I'm looting! Hello, how was your stream? What did you play? What kind of engineering did you do? I love when I loot. Can I open? Oh, I can. Hell yeah. I just happen to have other people's locks or like keys already. Fire. Oh shit. I just have people's lock keys. Can confirm the sucks at geography part. Okay. You didn't have to say it like that, Mitsuki. What the fuck? Whoa, bro, I had everybody's keys. Just great. Now we used up all the keys. Perfect. Cool. W engineering and ZZZ. Oh, do you guys actually have to engineer? Man, everybody is just thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, real quick, is anybody in here? Is there another door over there? There's another door over here, isn't there? Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more. I'ma just start taking shit. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so much. Didn't we spend like 3 hours trying to identify the 50 states? Probably. You know what's even crazier? I still don't know it now. Oh my god. Dude, we can steal everything, bro. This is the best. This is the best day ever. Thank you, thank you. Hi. So yes, I do suck at geography. I am playing Baldur's Gate. We're in Act 3, and we're almost finishing up it. I did start playing it because of a subathon goal, but I'm not gonna lie. It's been pretty good. I've been having a pretty good time. I really did not think that I was going to like it at all. Could you tell me where Pennsylvania is on the map? Somewhere on the East Coast. Probably. Is it? Yeah, whatever Mitsuki said. Perfect. See? I know my states. I knew that bitch was on the East Coast. But only because the office is in Pennsylvania, I think. Dude, everybody's just gonna get encumbered because I wanted to steal everything. And nobody's watching either, bro. What? This is insane. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Alrighty, that's enough. That's enough of that. What the hell? Oh yeah, Lady did redeem one. Thank you so much. I totally forgot. Hahaha. Hey, boss lady, after the final stream, can I redeem 100k worth of tarot? I won't do it because I already did my final stream. What is that, like 10? Is that 10k each? Do you know where Missouri is on the map? No, I don't. Yeah, I mean, scam. Why is it scammed? It's your fault for not. It's like if you die with like $100 in your pocket and like you can't take the $100 into your afterlife. You know what I mean? And you're like, damn, scammed. My dude, you died. Oh my god. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hold on. Okay. Ugh, I just want to keep going. This is a general card for Lady J. The Emperor in reverse. Ooh la la. Okay. Some key words are excessive controlling, abuse of power, rigidness, stubbornness, lack of discipline, some type of paternity or paternity feeling issue, right? It signifies an older man or a person in authority in your life who may be abusing their power or like being authoritarian, leaving you feeling pretty powerless or rebellious. There's a possibility they might actually be trying to give you solid guidance, but the message is definitely lost because of their domineering behavior. Best way to handle this person is to remain calm and logical. Don't be afraid to stand up to them, but do so in a practical and logical way. It can also indicate a father figure who, you know, may or may not be there. And it can also indicate that, you know, you're letting your heart overrule your head a little too much and you need to balance your mind with your emotions. Yeah, like lacking self-control. So, yeah, there you go. Thank you, lady. I appreciate it. Okay, yeah. Just a reminder, everybody, take them with a grain of salt, you know? Man, the amount that I'm gonna have to frickin' pay or sell. So I have a story to tell you guys. I went to a party, right? And this group of friends that I went to the party with, they always do potlucks. So for my potluck, or for potluck, I was like, oh, okay, cool. I will go and get like Chinese food because I know that people like Chinese food. Last time we got it, people were super like, you know, people were super happy about it. Then, but I didn't realize, because I've just been so busy, I haven't read that in the list for potluck, there was already somebody getting Chinese food. So before I literally just got the Chinese food and I sat in the car. And by the way, it's like a party tray, right? Like a giant party tray of chow mein and orange chicken. Yeah, like American Chinese food, okay? Don't come at me. And then I got home, and right then I looked at the messages and my friend was like, oh, this person's already bringing Chinese food. And so now I have a tray of chow mein and orange chicken just in my fridge. And I think I have pretty much food for the rest of the week. You gonna share? Fuck no, dude. I have food for the rest of the week is what I heard. I know. I was actually kind of looking forward to it today, but my mom had brought me like food. Ooh, no. That's you, Karlak. You're up, Karlak. Can't reach it? Why give me the option if I can't even reach it? Be real. Be so fucking for real. A full lily is a happy... It's a happy lily. It's true. I do get hangry. It's a real thing. Oh, I already used that. But not this one, right? Yeah. That said, I don't know, like, hopefully I don't get tired of it. I mean, I doubt I would so quickly or easily, but, you know, I haven't eaten it yet, so maybe I will. Oh, no! I saw it! I literally was like, oh, shit! Oh, no! As I was hitting it, oh my god. Oh jeez, oh jeez. Oh man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez. So unfortunate. Just slightly too late. Stop being in my way! Oh my god, there wasn't even anything there. Dude, oh my god. We're making so much money off of stolen goods from them. You can just put on different spices, herbs, or sauces. Yeah, so I have actually leftover kimchi. And I was thinking, oh, I could just eat it with kimchi then, you know? So, not bad, technically. And then I was like, oh, you know, maybe I could just try this and that. But I haven't started yet. So I think I'm still doing okay. But it was just a thought of possible concern. Thank you once again to everybody who took their folks on tour and any tourists who are still here. Thank you. Oh, dude, I can get this one up high. I hope you guys are enjoying the very, very calm Baldur's Gate. It's very calm when all you're doing is taking stuff. I mean, we did finish a battle, so it you know, we did finish a battle. I'm enjoying my ice cream. Hell yeah. I haven't had a good ice cream in a bit. Honey. Okay, good morning. Oh my god, there's so much. There's literally so much I'm taking. But like, I don't want to leave it. You know what I mean? There's so much possibility. I need to... Whoa. Whoa, what do you mean I can't reach this? Hold on. The fuck do you mean I can't reach this? Hold on, hold on. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? I'm gonna save it here real quick. What the fuck? Is it like an escape route? Where is this? Whoa. Oh my god, I think it's like an escape route. Wait, where does this go? It just goes all the way down? Oh. We're gonna have to take a look at this later. More importantly, I need to take the loot now. But we will take a look at it later. Oh my god! Holy shit. Look at all this bread. I also have not the best relationship with food, but we are learning. We are learning and improving, which is all we can do, really. Why, yes, I would like to steal all this. Hell yeah, dude. Forget it. We never have to buy camp supplies ever again. Oh, really? Okay, so it's not really technically important. Family exclusive content, hot, fresh, late. What? What? What are you talking about, Bento? I don't understand this. No, I don't want to talk to you. Oh, thank God. Is my brain a little too D&D? Right? I had D&D earlier, and now I'm playing Baldur's Gate. Is it a little too nerded out right now? Ah, shit, right. It was OnlyFans. For what? I can't pick that one up? Why can't I pick that one up, bro? That's weird. Okay. I think we thoroughly okay. We thoroughly fucking squeezed out at least this part for sure. Let me see. Is he up here? Oh my god. Okay. This is, you know, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We're good. I mean, I really wonder if I have to do these parts anyways. Like, do you think that Gortash is still there or no? Oh shit, what the hell am I doing? Nope, don't do that. Is this oh, this is the door. This is the way out. Okay, let me just... I will... Oh, it is! Oh, it is! Oh, I do have to... Wait. Do I? Where the fuck is this? Oh. So it is pretty much around here somewhere. Oh, it's on the other side of here. I see. I see. Okay. Well, I can't fast travel from this area, so I'll just start heading out then. Yeah. I'm going on hiatus, so for sure I'll return to streaming at some point. Probably. I can't say definitely. I can... Oh my god, he's walking. He's so slow. I can't say definitely. I just can say probably. Right? Gortash is there. I saw him in the map just now. But you're good. Thank you so much for thinking it'll be sad to see me go in general. It is quite a shock. It is quite a shock. I wonder if people are still finding it now. Can't believe that's my hit tweet. Did you at least switch this out with some hobby that properly fills the gap? Well, yeah, like I said before, like, I wouldn't leave without, you know, doing something that makes me happy, you know? Because you guys know I love Lily, you know? Okay, let's see if I can... What the hell is here? Oh, that right. Oh my goodness. I want to go here. And then I want to buy a shit ton of shit here. Where the hell did you get slime that looks like that? No, you guys literally saw it. It's in the reply. It's my slime that I got, but it unfortunately just melted extra.
Welcome back to
No, the slime is not my hit tweet. Oh, okay. I guess. I guess. Okay. Dude, seriously, I think my computer is just crying, bro. My computer literally is just, this is awful. Dude, it's like the little engine that could, my dude. It's my hard drive is dying. Do you think do you think that like streaming does so much to your hard drive that it needs to be replaced more often than people? Oh, then people think usually. I didn't mean it like that. My bad. Sorry. Okay. I know. My brain has not been good. Okay, it's fine. We're fine. How often do you replace your people? Anyways. Well, my question is like, I don't know why it's dying. You know what I mean? Would this happen if I needed to clean my computer? Would this happen? I'm pretty sure I have SSD, yeah. How long has your CPU been on? It's just been on for today. I turn it off like I turn it off every night. Cool. I mean, okay, we're here. What the fuck?
Nice.
What the hell? Dude, thank you. They literally were like, hold on, dude. You're missing one. That's why they stopped me. They stopped me because they were like, there's one more table, bro. There's one more table.
And
Yoink. Yoink. No, even if you do a shutdown, it doesn't turn off by default. Well, then how would it turn off? How would you naturally turn it off? Like, why would shutdown not be a turning off thing? I'm confused. Okay, let's just wait for him to catch up. A shutdown by default is just deep sleep unless you change the settings, it stays on. A shutdown by default. No, I press the button shutdown. I press the shutdown button. Right? Unless you change the settings, it stays on. Why would it stay on? It doesn't seem like it stays on. I still have to turn it on myself, like manually. What the fuck? What the fuck? If it's a desktop, it is a shutdown. Okay, it's a desktop. Unplugs PC. Nah, man. There's a lot of plugs here. I don't want to fucking do that shit. Okay, I can check in Task Manager how long my CPU has been running. Okay, we'll check right now, okay? How would I... Okay, my CPU is at 100%. 95%. I should probably just save like right here real quick. On one of the tabs it says running time for CPU. Performance. CPU. Uptime. 1 hour and 55. Yeah. Cool. Let me try to fucking figure out what the hell is going on. What the fuck is Microsoft Edge just naturally open? Why? Baldur's Gate and fucking OBS are the fattest ones, and VTube Studio. So not very much I could be doing here. But apparently there's a bunch of like background processes. Sounds like you got a lot of stuff. Yeah. It seems like that. I'm just trying to see what's actually making the difference here, you know? Not Riot Client being on in the background. Shit. Well, I don't have Edge installed. I don't think you can you remove it? The Honkai launcher stays on too. What the fuck? You can't even uninstall it, I don't think. You can't, I can? Okay. Okay. I can uninstall Xbox Live, bye. I don't know if that turns on automatically. Just in case, you know. But Lily, Call of Duty? And why would I fucking play that? Unfortunate. Sorry guys, at this point we're just trying to figure something out real quick so we don't continuously have that. Ooh, see, Toontown Rewritten, we gotta keep that shit installed. Okay. We gotta keep that shit installed. What the fuck? Why is this here? We're uninstalling everything right now. Just in case any of them are running background shit. Why is TikTok installed? I'm actually in fear now that there's a bunch of shit that's just because. Okay. I'll figure this out later. We're just gonna uninstall everything basically. Joke's on you, that's actually happened a million times to me. That actually has happened to me like way too often. That I legitimately have accidentally uninstalled something going, I don't think I need that. And I needed it. How much stuff have you installed on accident? No, not too much. I think it's because I install it for like one use only. And then I like tried it and I never uninstalled it maybe.
Something's on my mind.
Welcome back to Sorceress Sunday.
Okay, listen, you got shit that I want, bitch. Shut up. Shut up. What a pretty thing. What the hell? You got shit. Fuck! Wait, what? Oh, there it is. You aren't even carrying all that much, dumb bitch. Fucking... What the hell? Go down, go down. Fuck. Okay. Here. There you go. Sorry, I have to sort it out now, too. Oh, there you go. Thank you. I already have a stuffed bear, I think. Pretty sure. Oh my god. The amount of shit she has in here is ridiculous. It's so funny. No, wait. Oh, this is the one. This is the one I don't need. It's just random shit. I bet it doesn't even make a lot of money. But it's like, it makes just enough for me to care, you know? Yeah, none of these are better than what I currently have, and that's all that matters. Damn. Sheesh. Okay. Oh yeah, we'll be able to get some shit, you guys. I really like the music in this one. I like that naturally they just, naturally they will like put all of like the food that you find in camp supplies also. I like that. Is there a reason why you use the barter screen and not the trade screen? Yeah. I think it's just easier for me to figure out how much I'm giving him and how much he's giving me. Is that your quartermaster? I guess. I don't know. Hi, Pika! Oh my god! Pika Chica, hi dear. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here. I am pulling a general card for you. Wee. Okay. 4 of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Okay, some keywords: finding mental strength, awakening and rejoining the world, coming out of isolation. Maybe you're healing after like a mental breakdown or like burnout, restlessness. It basically just represents awakening and finding mental strength, coming out of like, you know, issues and sadness basically, and you're healing from stress and anxiety. Or alternatively, it's indicating that you need to heal from that shit. So take care of yourself, or continue taking care of yourself. Yeah. Let me see this. No fucking way. I'll be lonely again. What? No, coming out of isolation, bro. Coming out of it. Dude, that's insane. What the hell? Sorry, while I was shuffling the cards back in, one of them like flipped over. And if y'all know like any kind of superstition, y'all would know that's kind of like, oh, that your cards are trying to talk to you or whatever, right? But one of them flipped over, so I kind of just held it, and I just turned it around right now, and it was the world upright. So pretty good, pretty nice. I like that. I like it. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay. Let's do... We whirled into... I know, the cat... Bikini... Huh? Oh! Hi, Lyra. The cards are talking. The cards were talking. Let's see. Things that I want. Oh, this is pretty... Excuse me. Actually, let's do Do you have more thunder things? Or like... What's the difference between this one and this one? That's a good one. Let's do thunder. I like Ice Storm, right? Yeah, I also like Lightning Bolt. Ice Knife, not bad, but not my favorite. Dude, I'm about to sell some of these other scrolls. Like, what the fuck is Scroll of Fly, my dude? Where's Scroll of Chromatic Orb? I liked that. Yeah, sure. Okay. That's pretty fair. Maybe one more? 288. I think that goes over? That goes over. Yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah! Woo! And we got a spot of money, I think. Oh, what the hell? I'm dumb as shit. Thanks, Pico. It was great to meet you at TwitchCon also. I need as much tarot readings before you dip for a bit. I just need to know something. Yeah, I mean, I told you, right? Since I have to make it up to you with like full reading. Since I can't deliver on something else. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I got really bad like mosquito bites, and I suppose my little itchy thing just ran out. It's been a weird couple of days. I hope you're okay, though. I hope it's not, like, bad.
Best victuals and cures in the lower
Okay, let's just see if
city
he has any. He probably does. Hell yeah. I need to buy him. I need to buy my dude. Anything else? No? Just random shit? Where do I get more fucking things to throw? I need more things to throw.
Anything else?
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, hold on. What the fuck? Where did these come from? I hate when that happens. Okay, well, this is just a chest. That makes sense. Dude, what the fuck? The amount of fucking keys. I can't like sell them, right? Okay, I'll just send them to camp, because why not? Dude, the music is so nice. What the fuck? Bro, you guys didn't have to do it like that. Oh no. That's awful, Peek. I'm so sorry.
Cures in the lower city guaranteed.
Until the stuff they inject comes to then break the skin and burn it with a hospital. What the fuck? Dude, that's so extra though. I feel like that ends up hurting your skin even more. Like worse. You could just put ointment on it. I could have just bartered properly earlier, but that's fine. That's okay. Okay. Let's go back to the Basilisk Gate. Oh, right. I have a friend who had the suction cup bite thing too, but I don't know how, like, it realistic it was on working. But be right back. Also, I'm just gonna try and grab some ointment. Hold on. There we go. Okay. All right, we gotta save right here. Luckily, this cortisone is doing okay.
Best be on my way.
Alrighty, we should probably... I think I'm gonna visit this room. Well, actually, which room do I want to visit first? Because, what the hell? Why is there weird music? Yeah, I'm just gonna visit this room. What's up, you guys? What's up, you guys? Dash all you want, I'm stronger than you. What the hell? Why did you...
Say bye-bye.
Say bye-bye! Fuck! Not bad. I don't hate this. Okay. Dude, we went through a lot of combat today, I feel like. I mean, I know it's all combat now, but still. Yeah, I suppose I'll just get through. Who's like I know that's like a ridiculous question, but who is supposed to be easier to do, you think? Gortash or Orin? Because Orin seems like, what the fuck? Hello? Orin seems like he should be path is okay. My bad. Where the fuck am I? Hello? Somebody else out here? It's okay. Damn! I killed that one just from that? Sheesh, you guys. Come on, make it a little harder for me. Fuck.
Shouldn't have made me your enemy.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, let's flourish the hell out of him. Yeah. I kind of want to like ask though. Okay, I'm back. Expecto Patronum. It almost sounded like it. It almost did, bro. You can't help it. You can't help it. It's true. Okay. Let's go through this. Yeah, let's just get here. Oh, what do I want to do? Do we have cantrips? Let's go with cantrips. Yeah. Well, let's do a casual firebolt. How about that? What the fuck? Where did the other girl go? Oh, there they are. A miss? Well, that's... okay. Never mind.
Need to learn the hard way.
Wow, a miss? A swing and a miss? What is happening to you, Karlak? I mean, I know I'm overworking you by a little, but gosh. What is going on out here? Oh, what the fuck? Where'd you come from? Oh, I did not pay attention to you at all. My bad. Excuse me. I love when they get charmed. Dude, why does he have so many options? Why was he allowed to fucking do that like so many times? What the fuck, man? Huh? Oh, I did not know that turned off charm, basically. That's okay. That's okay. Dude, if that did not fucking work, I would have been mad. Fist Broco? Damn, I'm also Broco. Don't worry. You're coming with me. Who the fuck are you talking to? Who the fuck do you think you're talking to, dumb bitch? You're coming with me. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Hey, do you guys think I sound kind of angry sometimes? How is it the first time is a miss every... Whoa! Well, that's crazy. That's just crazy. Karlak, you've never... What is happening? What is happening, Karlak? You're not Shadowheart. The hell? Get it together. Do you need a rest? Do you need a rest? Because I can't imagine any other reason you should be sucking ass right now. What the fuck is this guy? He missed that too? Wait, never mind. This guy's a fucking weirdo. This guy is unreal. That's not real. That's a weirdo.
Hope your soul is in good hands.
Why am I getting eepy? It's 11 a.m. Did you wake up early? Like unrealistically early? Did you? Okay, come on, just touch him. I feel like he needs it. There you go. That's what I was saying. I feel like he needed it. Okay, okay, okay. Let's do it. Nice.
That we found in the cloister.
Oh my god, okay.
Remember it or not, I felt right at home there. Surrounded by maybe the particulars of... Well, can you... I can very easily imagine I needed someone... Nocturne and I must... Anyway. That little hideaway helped shape who I am.
Okay, anyways, I'm sorry. I don't really care enough. But, alright. Good for you. But I'm trying to re-fuck up my schedule so I can stay up at US times again. Still not a good or smart idea. I would not agree to that. But it's your life. It's your life. It's now or never. I'm gonna live forever. Where are all these keys? Ooh, where are all the other chests then? Can I go in here? Can I just... I can, right? I probably can, right? Like, hold on. Just jump. It's fine. Just jump. Fuck. No, be here. How are you already encumbered, my dude?
My faith will guide me.
Yeah. Yeah, just jump over. Nice! Everybody jump over. Oh. Well. That works too, I suppose.
Just check for anything else.
Oh my god. The amount of... Dude, I feel like the reason that they're giving me all this is because I'm gonna need it. Like, it's just... It's suspicious, you know? It's suspicious that I've been able to get all of these supplies, don't you think? Though Buc-ee's won't let you park your big rig in their parking lots? Is that true? It's okay. There's a lot of other places that would. Let's open the door. I feel like we have a... Yeah, okay. Yep. Alrighty. What the fuck is up here? Whoa. Whoa! Sick. Hidden shit. Quote unquote. Florex demotion notice. Interesting. Hey, real quick. Did I have why? I feel like... Why wasn't I able to fast travel there? Is it because there's like... It's a... Oh yeah, it's because the entire thing is an attack area right now, right? Nope. Don't do that. Almost did it again. It's because they don't have the facility to support me. Oh, I love good loves. During my road trip, love saved me like 1,000,000 times. Ooh, oh, empty. Psh. That's a lot of elixir, real. Damn. Some of these are beautiful. Excuse me. Excuse me. Why can't this be like a scroll of revivify? Revivify. Hmm. A whole thing? The whole barrel? What the fuck? Well, that was unexpected. So that I did not expect that. I have a feeling, yeah, the passageway is where I'm going to like go find shit that's gonna kill me. So before that, let's just continuously do the boring thing so that we can keep ourselves safe. You know what I mean? Wink. That's okay. That's not gonna be locked for long. Lily Bell.
Can't give up now.
Lockpick this bitch.
Open up.
Hell yeah. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, what's in it? Damn, this... Oh, I see, I see, I see. Is there actually anything up here? Oh, yeah. There was like a thing up here, no?
For me?
For you, yes! Oh, a cinnamon roll sounds so good right now. What the fuck? Get it. Another cinnamon roll. A backpack. Oh my god, food! It's just shit ton of food. Damn. I feel like I'm just... It's... There's just so much, you know? That I need to continuously sell, you know? Lockpicking. Yeah, exactly. That's how it feels, really.
I am ready to rest my weary head.
Are you? I mean, you still have a whole other short rest. So just wait, okay? We're gonna do what we can to be ready for everything. Wait, this is the perfect time, I think, to ask who is easier, Orin or Gortash? Oh, that's his name. Ah. Oh, I see. Fighting Gortash and a steel watch is probably easier than fighting Orin's horde of assassins. But killing Gortash... No, but killing Orin first can remove the need to fight Gortash entirely. So difficulty-wise, it evens out. I don't know. What? Yeah. I suppose I'll just... I'll try it. I'll try it. Why not? Right? Wow. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Hold on. I see. Okay, which means I need to go over to Lower City Central Wall. Hey, Frappuccino, Frap. Sup, Frap? I feel like, hold on. I tried to buy a good piece of armor. Oh no. I wonder if he had a good piece of armor. I was trying to buy a good piece of armor somewhere, but I can't remember, like,
Don't be shy.
if it's this one. Let me take a look. Let me see.
Keep you alive if it's sitting here with me.
Oh, yeah. All right. Maybe. Huh? Maybe. Holy shit. That's insane. Hey, John! Oh my lord! Hello, Clayman! How goes it? Hi! Hello! Welcome in! Thank you so much for taking our folks on tour. What? Oh my lord, it is, Ajon. Thank you so much for continuing your first class. I very much appreciate it. And hello, everybody. Thank you for taking your folks on tour. Hello, tourists. My name is Lilybell. I love to travel, but I suck at geography. And I am playing Baldur's Gate as part of a subathon goal like a million years ago, low-key. How goes it? What did you do? Ayakuza VT is now boarding. Welcome to Lilybell Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. What were you guys chatting about? I drew lots of sexy ladies. Ooh. That's nice. Yeah, that's not sweet. What kind of sexy ladies? Just out of curiosity. Like from where? You know? Out of curiosity. No, not that I'm interested or anything. I'm interested. Scissor-sama is now boarding. Welcome to Lilybell Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. What the fuck? Hold on. Whoa, hold on. I might not even need to buy these. A lot of them are here. Oh, I see. I see. And how was it? Did they love it? Did you guys love it? We'll heavily encumber Lilybell, okay? We'll heavily encumber... Like, exceed Lilybell's carrying capacity. But I mean, I'm not even carrying a lot of shit, bro. What the fuck? I'm only carrying something. Oh, it's probably the rune powder bomb. It's probably the rune powder bomb, let's be honest. Hi, yes. Have you played Baldur's Gate, Ajon? I think if I take this off though, right? Then I can wear this. Oh no, carrying capacity still exceeded. Shit. Wait, how much was this? This was 15. I mean, this is 16. Yeah, carrying capacity exceeded. I suppose we could just go with this. I never did. It looks so fun, but it's fun to watch other people play. Yeah. It's always a lot of like... I always feel bad low-key. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Oh. So, like, I could probably throw this, huh? I always feel bad because I feel like it's so nerdy. Not necessarily because it's nerdy, but it's just like half the time I'm like, okay, I need to prepare and put this here and that here. Yeah, you know what I mean? And this here and that here. And then I need to go back and I need to save because otherwise I might die. All right, let's be safe. Well, like I feel like I could seem boring due to that. I thought I had, I thought I could do heavies. Oh, I guess it's heavy weapons and not heavy crossbows. But yeah, I hope everybody has a chill night here. I appreciate you for bringing your folks here. Thank you, thank you. Oh, this is Shadowheart. It's okay. I can go ahead and look through that later. The
pride of the gate.
I mean, he has a good one now, so technically I don't really need that, right? I didn't know that, like, gonna go rest your weary head now. Ajon. Okay, let's just calm down, everybody. Let's do this first. Right? Have them pay us. Okay, now I wonder, right? If I can. Ah, I think it's just being weird. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think it was just being weird, low-key. I'm a night owl. I'm gonna have your voice in my ear. Oh my god, you're gonna have my voice in your ear? Stop it. Oh my god, that's so sweet of you. Speaking of my voice in your ear, am I... Hello? What's happening here? Am I like chopped liver? Why are we not talking? Why have we not gotten lunch? I can't believe I will do something as little as this, but I will. Oh, nar. Ugh, I needed that one, I think. Oh, she has a good one, though. Oof. Do you have a good bow, perchance, my dude? Oh, because I'm still far. Oh, okay. Oh, right. I think I remember how far you are. Which is still not technically too bad, but pff, whatever. No, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. Okay. I'm gonna go try and get a better bow over there. Better weapons, right? Because I need it.
Something caught your eye then?
We're starting to get to the part where we're fucking fighting crazy ass people. You know what I mean? What about a good light crossbow? Is it worth just maybe it's worth it for me. Maybe it's worth it for me. How about that? Whoa! Ooh, it's... Oh, I'm not even proficient with it. Fuck it. Oh, what the fuck? My dumbass. My dumbass. That's okay.
My weapons won't be...
Alrighty. Is there more here? Why is there just like a little... That's fine. I'm not gonna say anything. Ugh. I love when money... Coat your active weapon. Okay, so this is the coat. This is the coating one. Excuse me. $1 tacos at Taco Bell. Why the fuck is this here? Potion goes here. Smoke thingy goes here. I feel like I'm a little nerd, but I love it. Lily neurons activated? No, seriously. I'm like, is it really? Because motherfucking down, my dude. The sucky part is I already have food too. But they're $1. $1. That's so sick. I love when $1. You know what I mean? $1 tacos? That's not real. Okay, John. Don't you dare say that with me, literally. Hey, John. Oh. Okay, cool. Given to excess? No, dude. See, I can't understand you guys. Do you or do you not want me to look comfortable in a bikini? I'm just saying.
Most of my wares can take an eye right out.
I think this is the one, right? Okay, we're good.
My weapons won't be beat.
Why is your entire team? You do look comfortable now? No, I don't look comfortable, my dude. I know I'm not comfortable. What the fuck? Why did I leave that there? Oh, I know why. Why is your entire team so slutty looking? Because it's hot out. Duh. To me, you do? Okay. Well, let me tell you. I'm not comfortable. There you go, buddy. Now you get to know. I'm not comfortable. It is hot in Baldur's Gate. When did I gain my... I didn't take my short rest, so when did I gain my health back? Because I don't know.
Better not be cursed.
Better not be cursed. can't help it. That said, yeah, I'll probably get it. Maybe I'll get it. That said, I'm probably gonna go have a snack, like, right after. Yes, give in to no, don't give in to excess, my dude. Do not. No, I did not play any previous Baldur. Oh my god. I get the full like throat goat noise, you know? I wonder. I wonder, you know? I wonder. Find the entrance to Answer's lair. Okay, so the thing is there also. Let me just let me just save right here. I'll give it a try. If it's easy, it's easy, you know? Why not? Why not? Okay, cool. Who am I immediately fighting with? Oh. You? You? I'm fighting with you? Alright, buddy. Goodbye. Okay, buddy. Goodbye. Did you even have anything worth it for me? Maybe I'll take it on the way out. Wait, what's this? I think I might need that, actually. Hey, Will, can you hold this, please? Thanks. Can you hold these, please? A little hawk tour. Wait a minute. I've been here. What the fuck? I've been here already. Hey, what the fuck was I even doing here? What the fuck? When the fuck was I here?
Easy enough.
I mean, I killed everybody already, so... What the fuck is happening, bro? Huh? Am I really... I think I'm in the wrong place. I think I'm in the... Talk to Raphael to get reconsidered. What? What? Find the entrance to Answer's lair, the worm way. Defeat Gortash, confront the... Find the entrance to Answer's lair, the worm way. You got it. The entrance to Answer's lair. The entrance to Answer's lair. Oh, maybe it's out here. No. No. I'm confusion, y'all. Well, don't step in the acid like a dumbass. It looks like it should be there. I'm so confused. Is it like... If it was underneath, would they tell you? The worm way. Have I been to the worm way? Oh. Do you think maybe it's in the city sewers? I'm confusion. Just come here. Damn, so you still all had to... Okay. Let's see. Did I already do all this? I already did all this, huh? Is this some Diagon Alley shit? Maybe it's like Diagon Alley shit, you know? Maybe some Diagon Alley shit. Interesting. Yeah, this is definitely some kind of weird ass doorway. What the fuck, my dude? Stop standing in the acid. Y'all, what the hell? Probably said it a long time ago when I was here. And I probably didn't pay attention, huh? That's likely. That's likely. Hourly drops of $1 talk? What do you mean? What? Wait, actually? Don't I have something in regards to this? Especially on a red letter day. I feel like... Oh wait, hold on. Don't I have something in regards to this Lower City Pass? That's not it. That's not what I'm talking about. Map to Ball Temple, Grimoire Bound, Star Family Ring, Moon Powder. Fuck. Fuck, dude. Like, fuck, dude. Oh my god, what? Bro, I'm gonna end up spending the entire day at Taco Bell? Are you kidding me? Huh. Interesting. Oh, hey, there's another one here.
What have we here?
I wonder. Fuck. Well, I don't remember. What shall I do? Certainly not Google it, right? What's this dude's name? Answers layer. Certainly I wouldn't cheat like that. I would never. How to reach the worm? My fish. What? Oh. Ah, got it. Man, that sucks. 'Cause, like, I don't want to have to use my little thingy. Oh, well, that didn't work. Ah, fuck. Did I fuck it up? I fucked it up! And then it goes to the same giant torch as use lightning and then... Huh? Huh? Whoa, what? Oh, there's a whole thing. Oh, shit! I think it's like a whole thing for real. Or is it like multiple? What do you mean? Well. This is all just force, so I don't have enough lightning. What was my last save? Yeah, okay, that works. It's like a medium large dungeon. Right. But I'm wondering what... How do I do it? How do I do it? Ooh, interesting. Okay, hold on. I mean, I did this. Okay, I'm going to kill this person again.
Well, look what we have here.
Wow. That was so hard. I don't know if I was able to have, I would have been able to have fixed that and done that. I was like shaking in me booties, you know? Okay. Well, okay. Alrighty. Do I cast the lightning on the... I cast the lightning, but at the same time, use lightning and then head through the secret... Huh. Do I cast... What do I cast lightning on, Layton? Do I cast it on the dragon head torch, or what? On the dragon. Okay, that's why. Thank you. Oh my god, do I need another? Do I need a fucking another? I need another. I need another? Okay, real. Okay, real. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Okay. Nice. Let's go. Thank you. Ah, interesting. Oh. That is curious, don't you think? Mouse hole from worms rock cells.
No one stopped me yet.
Yeah, what is it?
I'm way too big.
Oh, to literally get in? Nah, I'm good.
No traps, please.
Easy enough.
Yeah. Nice. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. I mean, if we can just get the dragon, right? After the puzzles. Technically. Okay, have a good nappy, 86. I probably won't be going on for too much longer either. It's like 1:30 a.m. I should probably have saved. Oh, cool. It's saving for me. Perfect. Or was that me? I don't know. That's fine. Regardless. Okay. There's pictures of us being besties. How cute. We're besties. / statue of Baldur. Thank you, Lady Six. Have a good one.
Before you bears a familiar likeness.
Peril floods my province. Beyond lies the grand worm, deep in slumber. Be you the deluge, turn away. Be you the hero.
Poetic nonsense. There is no worm.
Damn, Emperor. Jesus, why are you so mad? Cool. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God, really?
Neither life nor spirit within the statue. A powerful variant of magic.
Recorded messages, I see.
Allowing it to speak only recorded messages.
Ancient Ansar, hear me. A champion is proclaimed. The test begins.
Shit!
Let your judgment follow.
Okay, we save again. This is dangerous. I mean, I'm glad that we're saving now. I'm just gonna see how bad it is, and then if it's really bad, then, you know. Hey, a toadstool. Viridian crystal. Toadstool. I wonder if this is the if they're judging me now. If they're like, my dude, you already stole shit? Shrouded. That's not good. Thank you, Vex. I appreciate it, hun. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for staying for so long. That's really sweet of you. Can you speak? No? Let's open the door.
Courage, insight, strategy.
Courage, insight, strategy, and... Ooh. Let's see. Statue of Baldur.
A champion burns bright, even take the
Okay.
torch. Withstand the elements.
Take the torch. Oh, the elementals. Right, right. I remember the elementals. Let's absorb it. Or try, I guess. Wow. This is pretty insane. This is kind of cool. Oh my god, are you dying? Please don't die. Hello? Okay, let's see. Let's see. What do you do? These are resistances. Psychic vulnerability. Are you guys all psychic vulnerability? No, not necessarily. Your psychic vulnerability. Are you? No, not either. There's 2 of you, right? Oh, okay, there's one here. Acid resist. Well, you have psychic vulnerability. You might as well just... Yeah. Let's do that. Sick, bro. Hell yeah. And then why not? Why not? Oh, shit. Wait, I can... What the fuck? I can do that with an L. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I was like, that doesn't make sense. The fuck? Oh, 4 turns. Interesting. I feel like that was kind of ideal. I kind of want to save. That was pretty ideal. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see. You also can psychic, right? Let's do here. Let's go here, and then let's do this. Oh, nar. Actually, let's go here then. Let's go like much closer, and then just... Yep. Awesome. Let's psychic vulnerability these bitches. Okay. Carlac, sweetheart. I don't know too much about technically. Let's just see if you can actually hit him. I mean, it probably... What, halved? They said halved. Still psychic vulnerability. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're all psychic vulnerability. You for sure are too. That's cool. Let's see, let's see. What can I do? I mean, I know we have psychic stuff, probably. Maybe. Hey. There we go. Okay, less than I thought. Here, specifically. Whoa! When'd you get this? Oh, earlier. Whoa! I don't want to do that. You know what? That's okay. Let's just see if you can hit it. Why not? Oh my god, you're literally still so strong. I love you so much. Oh my god, you're literally still so strong. I love you so much. Holy fuck. Okay, Will. It's easy. It's easy. All you need to... Greater healing, superior healing, supreme healing. Oh, shit, okay. All you need to do is drink that real quick. And then... Do you have shit? Let's put this here. I don't know why it's like that. And then... Oh my god, you do not have as much shit as I thought. Can I force this? Oh, maybe I can. Path is interrupted. That's cool. Oh, hi! Hi, Howie! Oh my god, it's been ages. How are you? Yeah, I can't do very much. That's fine. Oh! Oh, I see! Oh, I see. Oh, right. I see. You've been good? I'm glad you've been good. Oh, Jesus, I see. Great. Cool. Well... that sure is a... What is this? Requires concentration? How can I start suddenly concentrating shit? Concentrating on shit. Okay. Okay. Fuck. Well. What are the other two? Where are the other two? Where's this bitch? Oh, they're behind. Oh, they're behind. Oh, man. Oh, this is not good. Oh, this is not good at all. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I can do. I don't know how to suddenly concentrate on something, so... You know what? Sure. Why not? Okay, cool. I don't have anything right now still, but that's okay. After? Maybe? Insane. I wonder what this is like. Let's just see it. Oh, I mean, they still all get her in some small ways. Yeah. All right, girl. You and me against the world. Let's do it. Yup. What I say. I love you. I love you. I'm in love with you, and I want you by my side forever. I just wish that I was able to. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Damn. I feel like he's kind of like, they're kind of like upset at him or something. I don't know. I need to do something about this. Oh, hey. What the hell? When did I get this? Let's move this here. Okay. You need to just... Yeah, sure. Just in case. I don't know. Oof. Oh, not the silenced. Not the silenced. Oh, shit. Oh my god. Oh, we're dying. Oh, we're dying. Oh, this is not good. Do I have to? I think I have to do it in one go. I have a feeling I have to, like, even if I kill just the, I wonder if I kill just the elementals, if it will count.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah. I really wonder. I really wonder. Sure. Oh my... Bitch. Okay. Bitch, okay. Alright. And then, what about you? Can I... Not enough speed. Not enough movement speed. Okay, well... Can I just hit you like this? And fort. Oh, okay, great. That's smart. I thought I used a force tunnel. No? Oh, to an wait. Oh. Well. Confusion. Okay. Oh my god. Let me see. I just want to see what happens if I kill the last elemental. Like, if it counts or I'm supposed to kill them all in one go. Because then that's completely different. You know what I mean? That's interesting. What do these do? What are these? And then why isn't that done? Bro. That shit crazy. What the fuck? That shit crazy. What the fuck? Okay, so that's not it. Let me see. Let me take a look at what the fuck this is, okay? Real quick. What do these do? Can I hit them? Do they do anything? It doesn't. They don't have a thing over them. Okay, that makes sense. Alrighty then. Well, wait, survive? All I have to do is survive? All I have to do is survive? I mean, if all I have to do is survive, then... Then we Gucci, my dude? I think? Okay. That's fine. All right. Just drink your little drinky, William. Drink your little drinky, okay, William? Little baby. All right. End turn. Okay. I mean, maybe Lilybell gets downed because I didn't consider it, but that's cool. I just have to survive, I'm pretty sure. I wonder if I have to do the trials all at once. Like, can I leave? We did it! We did it! Oh my god, all we had to do was survive for real. Oh shit. Can't control, incapacitated? That's fine. Okay, okay. Let's save here for sure. That's insane. What the fuck? Darth Chaos 007 is now boarding. Welcome to Lilybell Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. Okay. Insane in the member. Can I? Let's see if I can leave. Maybe I just walk out. Like, will they let me? Oh, is the door closed? Is the door closed?
Here we go.
Oh no, I can just leave, right? What happens if I leave and then try to come back? Okay. And then try to come back right now. Okay, that one's already done. Okay, dude, we're good. We're chilling. Interesting. Cool. I hate this already. I already know I hate this. Yeah, I thought it'd be way worse, to be honest. I don't fucking know how to play chess! What the hell kind of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone shit is this? No way. No way. Is it do I have to... Hey, what if I just, like, tried to, like, lockpick this bitch? What if? Can I? Okay, lockpicking impossible. Oh my god. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hey, where's the last door? What the hell? That's weird.
Not me, not Hermione, you.
Not me. Not Hermione. You. Oh, this is embarrassing. Oh, this is gonna be... What do you mean I can't get there? Come here. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, just jump, bitch. You can fly, no?
Is this Lance?
Lance what? Lance who?
Prove your strategic wits.
Ah,
There is
shit.
but one rule. The Dark King must fall in 2 moves.
2 moves?
Are you a commander of armies?
Ah, shit. I don't even know how to tell you guys this. But, like... I don't know how to play chess. Which one is the king? Oh my god! I never thought I would need it in my life, bro! Am I gonna have to cheat here? I don't know how to play chess! Which one's the king? Oh, wait, wait, wait. This one's the king, right? Oh, yes, it says Black King piece. This is the... Oh, bishop. Queen. Is the bishop the L? And the queen can go literally anywhere as long as it's like 1 square away, or what? I'm so ah! What the fuck? Oh my god, I've never... This is terrifying. What do I do? How do I... Okay. How to play chess. I just, at least, hold on, okay? At least I'll give it a try. The king can only move 1 square in any direction, up, down, to the sides, and diagonally, okay? The queen is the most powerful. She can move in any 1 straight direction, forward, backward, sideways, or diagonally, as far as possible, as long as she does not move through any of her own pieces. What the fuck? That's insane. Hello? What the fuck does that mean? Oh shit. I see. Okay. Well, can't do that now necessarily. Do I have... I'd have to restart, I think. Yeah, I think I'd have to just restart. Well, where would he go? If it were otherwise, I feel like. Okay. How's the bishop move? What the fuck is a rook? Oh, is that a rook? Oh, wait, no. I'm not trying to do anything. Just hold on. That's a rook. Rooks can just go... Okay. Do I have one? I don't think I even have one. Well, I suppose I'll just have to... Hey, wait a minute. Actually, oh, I can click on it and find out, can't I? Like, I can go click on it and find out? Ah, damn. Unfortunate. Well, it's only one, right? Yeah, unfortunate. Okay. Well, I gave it a try. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. So I have 3 tries. Otherwise, I'll just... I mean, it's a scum save regardless, so... Let's try... The thing is... What is the likelihood? Hold on. If I go down this way, he can only move forward if he moves forward He can only go 2 ways. Right? Or can he take over his own black pawn piece? No, right? He has to move his black pawn piece before. Huh. What is this? How do I do this? Hmm. What does this do? It is... Oh, diagonals only. Fuck. I see. Interesting. Can you guys tell I never play chess? I just sit here and I'm just like, yes. I mean, I might as well try, shouldn't I? Oh? Is that not allowed? Can I not do that? Oh, I think they're just already counting that it's not gonna work. Right then. You can't. Yeah, I can see now that I cannot do that. Well. Okay, have a good one. Thank you, lady. Yeah. I never played chess, so this makes sense. Lily starts following us into some breed of Tetris. I don't know. This chess goes in a million. I doubt it. I doubt it. There's a reason I've never played chess. There's plenty of people who have tried to teach me, and I also have been like, you know, oh yeah, sure, teach me. It doesn't like stay. It doesn't stay, you know? It doesn't stay in the brain. I love this puzzle. Dust, I do not play chess. I don't love this puzzle. I mean, I'm just gonna unfort. Anyways. Oh man, it's a good thing I've learned to scum save out here, huh? You have to win in 2 moves. Okay.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
I'll give it one more try, and then it's like 2 a.m., so. Did you want a hint? Toss him? Yeah, save it for next time. You know, I feel like... Did I want a hint? The pawns can only go like 1 or 1-2. Is that correct? Am I remembering that right? Okay. If it's in the original point. If it's not in the original point, is it just 2? It's just 1. Oh, okay. So if it's not in the original point, it's just 1. You don't have to move the king. What happens if I... Aw. I just keep feeling like I'm gonna make a choice. And then, here, you know what? Sure, I'll just... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Actually, hold on. Let me just save here so that I don't have to deal with it later. Okay, okay, okay. How does the rook go? The rook can go just this way or this way, right? Oh my god, hi Loba. I'm suffering. I don't play chess and I don't know how. Horizontal or vertical, so this is not a good spot. Damn. And this bitch only goes to these, to here? As far as here? Huh? Huh? Bishop's moving a straight line. Oh. Oh, you got this? Yeah, hello. I really appreciate it, but I don't know how to stress this. I have never played a full game of chess by myself. I can give you a small hint. I'm really wondering. Yes, I would open I would crack open a cold one with the boys. Grab his dick and twist it. Good one. Give me a small hint. Sure. Give me a small hint. I figure I might still not understand it. You don't move the pawns. Okay, great. I was not planning on moving the pawns because I felt like they didn't have a lot to move with. And the king doesn't really have a lot to move with either. So it's not really ideal, I wouldn't say. I really feel like it's between these two. But okay, so I moved the queen here and this bitch moved here. And then I don't know what to do then. So I figure I have to move the queen elsewhere to scare the bitch. Right? But also I can't move him down here so that I can scare him here because then the rook can just get me. Right? Because the rook can go anywhere. Just righty sidey uppy downy, right? Oh my god. Is this what I'm like now? Is this what I've become? What is this? Is this like this is chess, yes. This is actually chess, yes. Uppy downy. Righty tighty, uppy downy. I might help. Okay, give me a second. Because your girl is trying her best to cook. She's just trying. I don't know if it's likely. Oh, I forgot. You can't do that? Why can't I do that? Because the king... Why can't I do that again? Dude, you're so close to figuring it out. Is the king in check? I don't know what that is. I have to win this within two moves. I'm so close to... Dude, that's what pisses me off. You know what? I'm going to give it a try. I'm just going to go back to giving it a try. So he's going to move here. And then... Wait, can you do something here? That doesn't seem like I can do anything with that, right? Their rook will be able to take your... Oh, I see. Oh. Well, that's... Huh. I don't even have a rook. Hey, that's kind of fucked up, I'm just saying. I mean, does it count as a win if I just move it here? Probably not, right? Yeah, it doesn't. You're so close. You're so... Larry is literally like, I swear to God. Okay. I'm so close. Well, he moves over there, so it would have just the same. I think. It's okay, unknown. I'm going to sit here. The first move was correct. You're doing great, don't give up. Yeah. No, I'm going to sit here and try to... This is the first move I did, like, at all, so... See, but if he moves here and I go here, he can still just grab me, you know? I'm not gonna look anymore. Do I just have to put him in check or do I have to win? Winning is good? Okay, well, I'd have to win. Take the pawn with the queen. This pawn? I don't understand that. Why did that work? But the king... But the other one didn't work. Why can't the king just take that queen? I'm confused. He would put himself in check? Oh, because... From where? From the bishop? So the bishop could have gone here? So the bishop had the ability to go here? Because I thought it only had the ability to go here. Can you guys see my mouse? I thought it only had the ability to go here. The bishop. What's the bishop? Is this the this is not. Bishops can only go diagonal. This bitch? It protects your queen. Oh. Oh. It's the horse that can go here. Oh. Well. Can I give you a hint now that you've done it? Yeah, sure can. In order to remove the queen, which had his king in check, the king would be put in check by your bishop. Wow. Damn. So you guys have to pay attention to like every single one of these bitches, huh? Dude, that's so much work. No, what's really great about it is this, right? Because I just sit here and like everybody who plays chess is like, yeah, I mean, that's the fun part. And I'm like, I literally cannot. It only says the king must fall in 2 turns. Nobody says you gotta know anything about chess. Sure, but I didn't know how to make the king fall unless I knew chess. Whoa! 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 Whoa, 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 hold on. Hold the fucking phone. Are you about to fucking tell me that I could have just used force on this bitch? I want to try it. I want to try it. I really want to try it. The king had a health bar? That's insane. I've been screaming it. I thought it was a joke, dude. Literally, literally, I thought it was a joke. Oh my god, I never noticed it. You fucking, oh my lord. Oh my fucking, oh my god. Oh my lord. Jesus fucking Christ. Well, now I don't want to waste my lightning. Is it? Yeah, it's got immunity against bludgeoning. It was only lightning. Well. Insane. 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 That's so fucking funny. They literally said you don't have to be smart if you don't want. Well. First try, everybody! Oh my god! First try! Can you believe that? Bro, what? Like, that's so insane. Let's go. Insane! Why the... Oh, yeah, why couldn't I just... You know what? Fuck it. I don't need to. I literally have fly. I literally manipulated my brain so that I wouldn't have to do this shit. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. I did like that. You did it a few times, but it might be more, but I just arrived. No, yes, obviously I did it a few times. I'm being sarcastic. I know I did not do it the first time. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Dude, I have to go to sleep, but like, I'm so curious now. I'm just so curious. What class did you go for? I'm a rogue.
True champion knows justice. Restore the balance.
Restore the balance of justice. Okay. Let's see. The apple. What is this?
The apple. The painting depicts of Baldur's Gate citizens and visitors gather to conduct trade and wax political.
Oh yeah, technically you are trying to remove a brain tumor. You're so right, science team.
Child. A red-haired man is portrayed with his cloak's hood lowered, giving an apple to a smiling urchin.
Interesting. That's weird.
Several other children are huddled behind the one. The induction. A red-haired man is depicted in hushed conversation with she wears a cloak with an unusual symbol on it. Tally mark.
Okay. The theft.
The theft.
Fuck! Shit!
The theft. A red-haired man is depicted in the Hall of Wonders.
That's it? Oh?
Let's move.
Hey, how's your arcana, dumbass?
The theft.
I should be nicer to myself.
Depicted in the Hall of Wonders, thieving what looks to be a priceless artifact. It's an astrolabe of entrapment. It could hold a dozen djinn within it, perhaps even more.
Nice! Not that that helped me all that much, but like true, real. Hey, a crystal. Should I not? Should I? I feel like I shouldn't pick that up, but I will.
The chase. A A red-haired man is depicted running through the city streets, a flaming fist officer chasing just behind. A cloaked woman, hair dark as a raven, looks on from a safe distance.
She set him up. She set him up. Bye, unknown. Thank you, hon.
A stern judge, his pockets full of coin, orders a red-haired man to the gallows. A shiny apple rests on the ground nearby.
Huh. Okay, so what are these? What the? My dude? Do I need to kill you? Oh, I can speak to you.
Behold, the paintings tell the tale. My judgment is rendered. The thief earns his due.
I don't fucking understand what you're trying to say, my dude.
There's no expelling the dark aura. Not while that thing still stands.
Okay, cool. We don't have to make it stand.
At least things have stayed in.
Actually, Karlak. The unknown 8888 is now boarding. Welcome to Label Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. Oh, immune. Let's see, let's see. Oh, it's resistant to basically everything. Yeah, okay, never mind. It's resistant to literally everything. What is this? Ah, I see. Huh. Well, I have to restore... Well, how do I know what is here? I have to restore the judgment. And... we'll see.
The child, several other children.
Can we take it? Oh, we can't.
What now?
Huh. An apple. Do we have an apple? I feel like we should have an apple. I don't think we have one. These benches. Hey, what's that?
Seems simple enough.
Huh. For some reason I feel like it's an apple, but I don't have an apple with me. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of dumb. Maybe. Let's find out. Yeah, it just says insert item. What do these words say? I doubt it's the Viridian crystal, right?
The pride of the gate.
But in the cases that it is, hold on. In the cases that it is, give it a second. Where the fuck is the crystal? Did I not pick it up by you? What the fuck? Who picked up the crystal? What the hell? Oh. Well, I think that's missing now. Well, never mind. I suppose not. I really feel like it's supposed to be... I don't know why, but I feel like it's supposed to be an apple. It's probably in a regent's pouch. Oh, yeah, maybe, huh? I didn't consider that we had regent's pouches.
Best foot forward.
Like, what if I just didn't have an apple? What the fuck? I can just put shit like this in here? What the hell, man? No, I want to keep that up there. I didn't know that's where you were hiding shit. Alchemy pouch, backpack. Camp supply sack. Let's see. A tomato. No apples. It's unrealistic that they're looking for an apple, right? Right. What the hell, bro? I feel so dumb. Because I can't take one of these off. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They have the thingy. They have... I wonder if I can just hit it.
What's the story?
What's the story? I'm just gonna... Oh, no? No? You don't think so?
Shiny
Bitch.
apple.
No. Let's just hit it and see what happens. I can just restart anytime. Huh. Nothing. Let's hit all of it. Wait a minute. No, there's a... Hold on. We shall see. I feel I'm definitely at this point in my life where I'm thinking too hard. But what do you mean can't reach destination, you bitch? I'm literally right here. What are you fucking talking about? What are you fucking talking about? Where do you want me to be exactly? I'm confused. You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. Alright? I don't need this shit. I don't need this shit. Get him. I just keep thinking that maybe there's one of them is like hiding behind here. Like an apple is hiding behind here or something. Wait, there's no, this isn't, okay, it's not changing. Is it? I don't know. Probably not. Okay, yeah, there's nothing here. Like, okay, yeah, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. I don't think so. Yep. Ah, shit.
I'll give it a shot.
The waiting judgment. The waiting judgment. Well, I think this is where my brain is ending for the day. Oh, goodness me. I want to do it. I do. I want to do it. And then at least, like, I just want to at least finish the puzzles, but I guess there's 4 puzzles in total, so I can't just depend on that. And probably would be best. Yeah, probably would be best that I... It probably would be best.
Best foot forward.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm like, I have to put it away. If I don't put it away, I won't. Okay. Ah, alrighty. Here you go. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for everybody for supporting today. It was crazy. The bits, the subs, the gift subs, and all the raids. I'm so surprised and I'm so honored. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Let's send you guys over tomorrow. I don't know what's happening tomorrow, so I won't say anything yet. But my name is Lily Bell. I love to travel, but I suck at geography. Thank you. What the fuck? Hold on. That's weird. Oh my god, the person I was raiding literally just ended. The person I was going to raid literally just ended. Sag. What the f- What? Oh, you know what? Wait, what the hell is happening, dude? Lily, what's your encoder? Are you doing CPU or GPU? I have no idea. I don't know what those words mean, I'm sorry. Okay. I will send you guys over. All right. Okay. Proper. My name is Lilybell. I love to travel, but I suck at geography. Thank you for flying with Lilybell Air. Bye-bye now.